Hey guys, the I Can statement for reading today is I can tell the difference between main idea and theme. Sometimes we get confused between the two, but they are different things. The main idea of a story is the main thing that is happening in the story, the main thing it's talking about. The theme of the story is what lesson is learned from the story. What is the moral of the story? And so we'll read a short little book today, talk about what is the main idea of the book, what is the theme. I'll give you a list of very common themes so that if you ever forget what is the theme for today, what is the theme for this story I'm reading, you can look back to that and find one of the common themes and it'll probably be on there. Okay, let's get going. The story we will be reading is Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. Let's start. For our library project, we were supposed to tell you our favorite fairy tale, but we couldn't agree on which story was the best, so we just made one up. I'll begin the story. My beginning is better, but go ahead. Once upon a time, in a castle on a hill, there lived a beautiful princess named Princess Tenderheart. Every day, Princess Tenderheart would play with her 8 beautiful ponies. She named them Jasmine, Nimble, Sophie, and Polly, and Penny and Sunny and Monica. Her favorite pony of all was called Buttercup. Please don't call him Buttercup, call him Ralph or something. One night, a terrible thing happened. A giant came and stole away poor little Jasmine. All the other ponies cried and cried, but Princess Tenderheart cried hardest of all. It was very sad. Oh, please get a grip, Princess. The next night, the giant came and took Nimble and Sophie. Princess Tenderheart cried all day and refused to eat. Her father, the king, hired all the princes he could find to protect the ponies, but night after night another pony was stolen away. The poor princess just sat in her room and turned straw into gold thread. She cried and cried and cried. When only Buttercup was left, Princess Tenderheart thought her heart would break. Oh, who would protect Buttercup? That's it! I can't take it any more. I'll tell the story from here. Dudes. One day, this really cool muscle dude rides up to the castle on his motorcycle. He says he'll guard the last pony if the king gives him all the gold thread that the princess makes. The king says okay, and the dude sits and waits for the giant. As if he's not even cute or anything. So that night, the giant heads up to the castle. Man, this giant was an ugly dude. He was big and mean, and he had 4 teeth in his mouth that were all rotten and yellow and black. And his breath smelled like rotten, moldy, stinky, wet feet. That's just gross! He needs 8 ponies to make a tasty pony stew, and he only has 7, so that night he goes to steal the last horsey. The muscle dude has this really big sword. The giant and the dude battle over the place. The earth was shaking and there was lightning and thunder and volcanoes were exploding. It was huge. Volcanoes? Where'd the volcanoes come from? Night after night, the giant comes back, but the dude beats him. Night after night, the princess makes gold thread and gives it to the dude. He gets really rich. The end. That's it? The princess just sits around making thread? Yep. I don't think so. I'll tell you what happened. Bubba. Princess Tenderheart goes to the gym and pumps iron. Sorry guys, I couldn't read that. Princess Tenderheart goes to the gym and pumps iron. She becomes Princess Warrior. Very cool. She tells the dude to make his own thread. So that night, the princess has this huge and tremendous battle. The giant runs back to his cave. The end. And the Jew just sits there making gold thread. Nuh-uh. See, this is what really happened. The dude makes this really cool blanket out of the gold thread, and when he puts it over his head, he turns invisible. Then he goes to rescue the ponies. You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see us. The princess goes with him. Fine. Oh, sorry. There we go. The dude and the princess get into this big fight over who gets the free ponies. The giant hears voices and gets so scared he jumps off the cliff. Cool. Cool. So the princess and the prince fall in love. Who said he was a prince? And what's the stuff about love? They get married on a beautiful spring day, and then they have a baby. It was the most beautiful baby girl. Nuh-uh. It was a boy. It was a girl. The end. All right, guys. So that is our story that we were going to read. Let's talk about what is the main idea and what is the theme of this story. Oops. So let's do the main idea of the story. What is the main idea? What is the story mainly talking about? What's the main thing that's going on? So the main idea is mainly just a fairy tale can be anything the imagination wants. These kids were told to retell a fairy tale and they came up with their very own fairy tale. So a story that you make can be anything you want, right? That's the main idea. Now, let's talk about the theme. So here are our common themes that are talked about a lot, all right? I also have these ones that wouldn't fit on the large, and I'll pop those up when we talk about them. But I only wrote in different colors so I could tell the different words. So there are lots of different themes that we talk about in stories, a lot of morals that happen, a lot of lessons that happen for the characters. Some of them are hope. Did the characters never give up hope for a dream or goal? That would be a theme. Acceptance, where the characters respect and accept others, their different beliefs and differences. Bravery, where your characters have strength to overcome a fear or accept a risk. Sometimes that's the main lesson that is learned, that you have to be brave. Perseverance, this is when the characters never give up when facing difficult times. If they didn't give up, and they're teaching you that you can't ever give up. Cooperation is a common theme. This is when the characters teach you that working together to solve a problem helps you achieve goals. Anytime a character is working together with another character to make something better or solve a problem, that's when that would be the theme, cooperation. Hopefully you can see the purple. That's compassion. If this is the theme, that means your characters want to make those who are suffering feel better. Honesty, if that's your theme, characters are finding that it's best to always tell the truth. So if you're learning that, oh, I should always tell the truth, then the theme is honesty. Kindness, that's a common theme. This is when you're learning that being generous and considerate of others, being friendly, is a worthwhile attribute to have, something that you want to do. The next one, loyalty. Loyalty is when characters trust each other and they don't turn their backs on friends. So if your characters in your story are doing that, then the theme is probably loyalty. Friendship is a very common theme. This one is where your characters find friends or learn that friends always stick together. If that's what you learn at the end of the story, then the theme is friendship. We've got a few more. Hard work. If that is the theme, then you are learning that you are rewarded for doing hard work. If the theme is fairness, then that means that the characters are finding ways to share or win playing by the rules and making sure everyone gets what they need or deserve. So fairness means that you're learning that it's good to be fair. Respect, if that is your theme, that means that characters are treating others as they wish to be treated, and you're learning that that is something important. Sometimes in these stories, the theme won't come up till the end because the whole story maybe your character doesn't understand. And then in the end, they realize, oh, respect is good. I should treat others how I want to be treated. So the theme doesn't have to be talked about the whole time. It's just what did you learn from the story in all? There's 3 other ones. Responsibility. So if this is your theme of the story, that means that the characters are doing what they promise or what is expected of them. So they are following through with what was asked of them. Resourcefulness, can you guys see that? Oh, there's a glare. Hopefully you can see that. Resourcefulness is if your characters are finding quick and clever ways to overcome difficulties, to get out of things, to figure stuff out. If they're being quick and clever. And then preparedness. That is the theme where characters succeed because they practiced and they were prepared ahead of time, and you learn that it's good to be prepared. So those are just the main themes that we talk about. What are we thinking that this story's theme is? One of the themes stuck out to me. Wasn't any of these. The one that stuck out to me was cooperation. Because during the whole story, our 2 characters are fighting over which of their fairy tales is better, right? They're fighting over whose story is better, who has the better character, who has the better plot line, and then in the end, they do the volcano and the giant falls off the cliff, and both of them say, oh, that's cool, I like that. And that was the only page where they worked together. Let me find it for you and I can show you. Right here, you see that? Both of their writing is in that, and they both say, oh, cool. So cooperation is the theme of this story because we learn that it's better to do things together to achieve something than alone. All right, that was theme and main idea. I hope now that helps you figure out the difference between the 2. I will put a little paper on our Google Classroom of the common themes so that you don't have to just remember them all. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day. You are somebody. You were somebody when you came. You'll be a better somebody when you leave. I love you guys. Oops. Okay, bye.